Hello everyone and welcome back to College Football 25. We have ourselves a 3-star defensive tackle commit, Mr. Gene from Sandy, Utah has committed to play at our school, and because of all the visits and stuff that we missed, because of that loss to Hawaii, recruiting has taken a bit of a sour turn, if you will, as we lose 2 4-star commits to Stanford and Arizona State respectively. And as you can see on the recruiting boards in the bottom right, man, we're actually kind of high on the boards, and we just kind of lost out, even though we did win probably our biggest game of the season. Increase our championship contender status as well at the school to B+, but here is a look at our conference standings. So we are now second in the Mountain West behind Nevada, who is 8-3. They're 5-1 in conference, and we are 9-2 and 5-1 in conference. And Fresno State at 5-2 is below us, and UNLV is 4th at 6-5, man. But they are 4-2 in conference, and San Diego State has dropped to 5 after we managed to beat them. So I told you last video, I talked about it a bunch, that the conference standings were kind of weird, a little bit wacky. I'm not sure how they're counting all this, tiebreakers and whatnot, this, that, and the other. But we won the games that we absolutely needed to win, as losing to Hawaii didn't really shake up much of anything for us, other than just handing us a loss, our first conference loss, mind you, because our only other loss on the season was against Utah in the Big 12. So we are doing more than okay here. I think we could even probably lose this game to Colorado State. I don't know. I won't say that, because there's still clearly about 2 or 3 teams that are well in contention. If we managed to lose this game to Colorado State, it would probably kick us out of the Mountain West Championship game. So just for insurance purposes, we definitely probably should win this game. I don't think we probably could afford to lose it, but you never know what happens, man. Hawaii was 4-6, and we managed to lose, and Colorado State is 2-9, so anything is possible. So on a 3rd down here on offense in Colorado State territory, we find Brock Lane, who hauls this one in and picks up the first down. We didn't really call his name much at all in the last video, but there he is, making his name known early on in this video. So 2nd and 11, we're going across the middle again. This time we find Jalen Royals, another name we have not called in a little while, but he picks up the first down. So on 2nd and goal here, we're going to go with a handoff to Briggs Jr., slips through a little tiny gap and finds the end zone turf, and it's going to be a touchdown for Utah State. The first touchdown of hopefully many today, because we really need a nice insurance win, if at all possible, over the Rams of Colorado State. And so now moving ahead here on 3rd and 8 for Colorado State's late drive here in the first quarter, and it's going to be a reception here, but they're going to be well short. And this is a field goal attempt here from about the 50, the midfield logo, and it is up and it is good. And that was I think probably about a 57, 58-yard field goal that this kicker from Colorado State just nailed. Look at that, yeah, from about the 48-yard line. So yeah, was that a 58-yarder? And that one was nailed through, man. He probably could have made it for maybe 61, 62. A college kicker, bro. There's no way. They got to nerf that, man. Remember that field goal in Boise where they kicked that from like 63 or 4 yards? And he definitely had the power for it, but he just didn't angle it right. I mean, dude, we've been seeing this all season. It's got to stop. At some point, it's got to stop. So, but 7-3 is your score here. But with our ground game, that score is subject to change as Briggs Jr. gets a nice pickup and another first down here. So we get this one well within the 1-yard line. On a 3rd and goal, we're going to give it to Briggs Jr. again, who finds the end zone again for his 2nd touchdown of the day. And normally it's Faison who's making a lot of noise early on in these ball games, but Briggs Jr. decides to get in on the fun. And why not, man? I think Faison's probably a little bit banged up here from all the heavy workload he's been getting from the last couple weeks. And so Briggs Jr. coming in on these 3rd down plays to just kind of finish things off, and he's doing a good job at it. But Brock Lane here making some things happen on his own as he shakes off 2 defenders and gets into the end zone and gets sent into the tunnel. Thank goodness those crates were not real. If they were, he probably would be out of the game, as that was a brutal tumble to take. But Brock Lane making things happen all by himself out in the secondary. I don't know what that first defender was doing, because he could have easily cut this route off. I guess he just wasn't really aware. Look at this. Just lost out there. I don't know what he was doing, but that's going to be a touchdown for your Aggies, the 3rd touchdown of the first half. And already things are kind of getting out of hand for the Rams, but there's still plenty of time here. So 49 seconds left to go. Colorado State has marched down the field in record time here. With pressure in his face, he's just going to throw it to a receiver standing perfectly still. Just standing perfectly still. And I might have mentioned it in the last video about, just when the receivers are just standing there and your defender's playing like a solid yard or 2 off. You know what I mean? It's just frustrating, but it's a good touchdown by Colorado State, and they're not going down without a fight, man. So looks to be, pending the extra point, of course, 10-21 is going to be your score. But we have another opportunity with 29 seconds left to go to add a little bit more pointage if we can. And it's a wide open Kobe Bowman who hauls that one in and gets into the end zone. And we add another touchdown before the half is over. 28 first half points. I don't want to say that's a record, man, but it feels like one. Between those Wyoming games and the New Mexico game, it probably isn't. But man, I don't know. It feels like a lot for the first half. Our offense is absolutely just rolling here. We got 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 beautiful throwing touchdowns. Look at that, man. Just dotting the defense, finding the hole in the zone and getting into the end zone. That is what I need. That on a shirt. So 28-10 is your score, but Colorado State with 15 seconds still has an opportunity to get something rolling here. So their quarterback's going to uncork the deep ball, and he finds a wide open receiver who hauls it in, and it's a first down for Colorado State here. But they got to run the hurry up. The clock is going to stop because it's a first down, so they have time to at least get back up to the line of scrimmage. I don't believe they have any timeouts to make anything work. So with 5 seconds left to go, they're going to spike the ball here, and looks like they're going to set up to take 3 points. And might as well, man. The game's not over. You still have a whole second half left to go. 28-10 seems pretty hard to manage, but you definitely could do something with that. But now 28-13 is going to be your score here as the first half comes to a close. So we're going to look now to the halftime update. We don't want to get caught lacking against Colorado State because we definitely need to win this game. You know, now that I really thought about it, we probably should definitely try our best to win this ball game. And look at this, man. Look at the passing breakdown. Both quarterbacks have just been completely ice, man. Just completely ice. Those completion percentages are absolutely disgusting for both sides. But Spencer Petras has been dotting up some beautiful dimes to our wonderful Aggie receivers across the field, man. I haven't seen Otto Tia. He was getting really active last week against San Diego State, but that's okay, man, because the regular faces are here doing just as much damage. So on 3rd and very long for the Rams, we give up a huge first down, and we're looking to give up potentially more as he breaks off a couple tackles and gets brought down inside the 15. And Colorado State's going to run the hurry up, man. They're going to try and keep us on our toes, and it's the 3rd quarter. They don't even need to do this, but the tempo seems to be throwing us off of our game, at least throwing our defense off its game. Colorado State's going to go for an audible and find a wide open man in the middle of the field, and he's going to get brought down just about a yard short of the marker. And again, Colorado State's going to go for the hurry up. And I mean, hey, it's working. We can't seem to stop it for some reason. They're going to bring a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him and give it to the back. And he gets gobbled up before the line of scrimmage. We were all over that play, man. You can't run on us. Don't run on this defense, man. We run on your defense, not the other way around. So on 3rd and 1, Colorado State's still sticking with the tempo here because it could potentially work. They could get into the end zone off of this. Who knows? They're going to bring another man in motion here. They're going to snap this one off and throw it to that motion man. And he does not get into the end zone, but he does get the first down. So 1st and goal for Colorado State. They're going to go with a handoff on the ground, and their running back dives over the line of scrimmage and gets across the goal line into the end zone. And just like that, man, just like that, it is now a potentially 8-point game here against Colorado State. That's what happens when you get caught lacking, man. That's what happens when you get caught lacking. 28 points in the first half, nothing in the 3rd quarter, and Colorado State is now evened this game up even more. So here's a look at the top 4. Notre Dame was, I think, 3rd last week, and now they have dropped out, and USC has now taken that 4th spot. So interesting development here in the CFP, potentially. Notre Dame still probably has a chance to get into the playoff, the 12-team playoff anyway. But we're picking up a first down here, but now we're looking at a 2nd and goal here from about the 2-yard line. We're going to go with the handoff to Jack Estero yet again, and he's going to find the open hole and get into the end zone for an Aggie touchdown. So if you thought the offense was done for today, they are not done as they get into the end zone to extend the lead here to 34-20. So now looking at a 14, potentially 15-point game over the Rams. And that was definitely a good insurance score because now we are not staring at a one-possession kind of a screw-up here to potentially make this game a little bit tougher. So 3rd and 4 for the Rams here. They're going to run tempo yet again. That's what they've been doing all half, and it's been impossible to defend against for some reason. I've just found in this game it's very hard to defend against the hurry-up here for some reason. So they're going to find another open man. It's another first down, but he is going to fall inbounds. So the clock's going to continue to move, and so Colorado State's going to take advantage of that and, again, reshuffle the deck here, reset up on the hurry up from our 45-yard line. Pressure's getting in now, but he finds another open man. He gets absolutely clobbered, man, just laying the lumber down. Huge tackle, but Everyone's going to get up, hopefully be okay, and they're going to run another play again and hurry up. So this drive could potentially take maybe a minute at the most, and they're just going to dink and dunk their way all the way down the field, and it seems to be working as the Rams are marching their way down. It's another 1st and 10 now from about our own 28-yard line. Their quarterback's just dialing up a bunch of audibles, bro. He's like Peyton Manning back there. So stands firm in the pocket, and again, another receiver. It's the same dude, man. Yeah, he looks like a fullback. He's built like a fullback, but he's caught the last like 3 passes for the Rams, so he seems to be pretty effective at his job. And there you see him on the right side of the field right there in that bunch of receivers. So on 2nd and 2 here, it's going to be another short pass to him again, and it's another 1st down. This time I'm even looking for it. I'm waiting for it, and I can see it, but somehow our defense, they can't seem to see it. They can't seem to figure it out. So 1st and 10, time is ticking away, about 2.5 minutes left to go in the ball game, but Colorado State's going to stick with the tempo. It's another check down to the same guy, but this time we have him gobbled up pretty well, but he is still in bounds, so the clock is going to continue to run. 2nd and 6, again going with the hurry up. Colorado State seems to think that they can probably even this one up. They can at least get into the end zone, and he finds another open man who gets the 1st down, just a few yards short of the goal line, but it seems a little bit more manageable now for the Rams offense if they can just get a couple more yards, just a few more yards in there. Calling audibles, I don't know why you would need to. It seems to be like a pretty obvious game plan at this point, and they find another open man in the back of the end zone, but he gets clobbered upon making contact with the ball, so that one's not going to be good. So on 3rd and goal, last opportunity potentially to get into the end zone, and it's a pick. It's an interception. I don't know how you didn't see our man just standing there. I have no idea how. But that is, I mean, that's essentially it for Colorado State. I think even if they get the ball back, I think most of the time that they had left to probably, erase the 2-score deficit here is just about gone. So we can probably at least burn what's left of the clock, or most of what's left of the clock, and leave it to where Colorado State probably can't get the 2 scores that they need. So we would do just that, and that's going to end our game and essentially end, Colorado State season for sure, but our regular season at least, for the most part, is going to end. I shouldn't say regular season because I know college football is counted a little bit differently. Even if you get to the conference championship or a bowl game, that's just counted as your season, even though I look at that, in a traditional sense, like that's, the postseason, right? But either way, our regular schedule of 12 games comes to a close with a win over Colorado State, bringing us to 10-2 on the season, giving us a 6-1 record on the year, man. 6-1 conference record. So looking over the stats here, Colorado State played amazing offense. They just couldn't seem to really finish off any of their drives so much. They didn't run the football at all, so that's probably the big discrepancy. We had 171 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. We were great on 3rd down. Colorado State wasn't terrible on 3rd down, but we were still a little bit better, and we did have the 1 interception, but that was at the end of the game. We didn't do a whole lot with that either. I think Colorado State even got the ball back, but they couldn't finish off the drive. I think they couldn't score at all. They had no time left to do anything else, so I didn't include it. That's why you guys didn't see it. So Fowler Nicolosi is a great name, too, so shout out to him. Shout out to the quarterback of Colorado State for having a cool name. Spencer Petra's stat line is amazing, per usual. Russell Faison, who we didn't really look at much today because Briggs Jr. was the one getting the touchdowns, but he does have over 100 yards rushing himself, so he is very much alive and well. And then Brock Lane, Colby Bowman, and Jack Estero get touchdowns, all 3 of them, so no Autotia today, and no Jalen Royals again, so our star receiver, just where he lines up, we just don't typically really see him that much. I think that's the only reason why. So here's the only recruiting update that we have. 2 2-star recruits. We've reached the top 5 and 3 of both of them. I think we're at the top of their board, but we do move up in championship contention to B+, so we're getting a little bit better. And here is the big reveal, baby. We are invited to play in Las Vegas against the Nevada Wolfpack for the Mountain West Conference Championship, man. And our first year as head coach taking over the Aggies, we make it all the way to the conference championship. We have a decent roster, man. We had a decent roster. I thought some of these games would be a little bit tougher than they actually were. Maybe some of the difficulty plays into that. I get it. I'm not a Heisman guy. I can't do it. I'm telling you right now, I can't do it. But still, this is fun, man. Our season continues. So I hope to see everyone in Vegas when we take on Nevada in the championship game.